From the center of the galaxy, live on Star Wars Day, May the 4th, this is ForceCenter, a show about Star Wars pop culture, the ultimate adventure, life itself. I'm Ken Napzok.
I'm Joseph Scrimshaw, and I am happy to be here on this planet on Star Wars Day.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is going to be not necessarily our normal Star Wars News Monday. There's a lot of news out there related to the promotion of Mandalorian Grogu. And I don't know, this big show kind of came to an end last night. We're going to give our first reactions. We will say this. I know some people are posting spoilers in chat. I don't know if we'll get to specific spoilers, but they might come up. Sorry. That's the way it might be. But in chat, if you don't want to post spoilers, that might be a good thing too as well. I'm Ken Napzok, Joseph Scrimshaw. Did I even start the show? Hi.
You did. Let's start it again. Ken and I are doing a little bit of different format, so we're going to be a little bit more freewheeling. And we didn't talk ahead of time about spoilers because I think the last several Mondays we have been talking about spoilers. These last two episodes are they're hard to talk about without spoilers. So I think if anybody wants to be just extra cautious, maybe hit pause until you can get caught up. We can try to keep our reactions relatively spoiler free. Maybe they'll just be emotional noises. Maybe our reactions can just be
all of indeed. All indeed. But yeah, no problem if anyone did. I get it. Everyone excited to talk about it. I just know not everyone has seen the show. But I'm trying to remember, Joseph, the last time we actually broadcast live or had a show on Star Wars Day, like fall on it. This is good kids, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since we've actually had a show fall on May the 4th. We've had to do like extra shows and stuff like that. How are you feeling in the big picture? I know Star Wars Day can be weird for us, all in fans. I think there are people who are all in sometimes are like, well, this is great. It's like the biggest holiday of the year. And I think other fans can feel like it's like Oxygen Day. I really love breathing oxygen, and it's great to celebrate it, but also I do it every day. How do you feel?
I share that sentiment. It's deep in my soul, but I have made the decision, maybe even today might be the first time I've embraced Star Wars Day a little bit more, to just kind of, still hold that in. It is a fun kind of history to track. And I know Molly Damon on their news show this weekend did a little bit of the history of how this came to be. But yeah, you and I, and it's not even like Gen X snark. It's just when this May the 4th Star Wars Day started to really become a thing, I was actually confused. I was like, what are we talking about? The movies weren't released on that day. It's a pun. Like, what are we doing? And I think I've come around to just in a world that's so just dark and stormy and scary, this franchise continues to feed us. So if there's a day to celebrate it on a wide scale, I'm going to jump in with at least 1.5 feet.
Yes, me too. Amaranth says, I love this time of year because I'm able to celebrate with normies. We got some strong oxygen opinions. Tutini66 says, big oxygen enjoyer here too. Well, our friend Maddie says, oxygen's a little overrated, in my opinion.
He's a goth, though. He's like a dark side goth, Maddie, indeed. So I haven't dropped the link in Discord. I'm going to do it. We're going to take some calls later in the show. Something different from Monday. So if you're a Patreon supporter, you get that. Look for it in the Discord within a few minutes. I was so out of my routine, I forgot to post it for everyone. So
Understandable. There's some very kind super chats coming in. We're being very honest these days of like, hey, the super chats really help us. They're not necessary, but we really extra need them these days. Narsgad says, early support to get things started. Thank you very much. We got this here from Scott McCrate of 551. Force and reviews of Maul Shadow Lord have been phenomenal. Bravo. Thank you so much. It's been so much fun to do. We haven't had as much time to just do kind of like some of our bread and butter on ForceCenter of deep dive analysis. And it's been so great to get into Maul. Ochi Fan 327 says, may the 4th be with you all. Happy Star Wars Day, ForceCenter people. We are of the ForceCenter people. And friend David, Channel 19, says, you can thank Margaret Thatcher for May the 4th. Yeah, I saw Molly and Alex, but Molly had done the actual research. Very, very great history of all the ways May the 4th had been used until it got codified into this specific day.
I like when things are codified. Good old codification. We are going to give our first reactions to Maul Shadow Lord. Our deep dive is tomorrow. But before that, we're going to do some Star Wars Adventures. But I will say, I'm going to watch the episodes 2-3 more times. Who knows? I love them. But I'm like, do I have anything deep to say about it? Or just, like might be my 2 hours of reaction.
Yeah.
But anyway, Star Wars Adventures. We always like catching up Star Wars Adventures. You have a great one, Joseph. Mine has just been rewatching The Mandalorian. I just finished season 1 this weekend. I've been having a lot of fun revisiting that and just also being transported back to 2019 into 2020, which is a weird time for the world, let's be clear, but also a fun time for Star Wars fans. We always think it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan, but that's been kind of a fun, oddly sentimental journey from something that's only about 6-7 years ago.
But a lifetime in the real world in Star Wars, it feels like. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, I've been lucky to have several Star Wars adventures. I got home last night from a trip to the Midwest, and my wife and I watched the first episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian, which is one of my very favorites, and the one directed by Jon Favreau. And it's so cinematic. And, he's given all these quotes about like, well, we really tried to make the TV show as cinematic as possible. So now we're actually cinema. We got to make it even more cinematic. And I know that's the one he directed, and I'm sure that one has a triple the budget of other episodes of Mandalorian, but damn, it looks great and made me really extra excited for the film, and not at all doubtful of Favreau's skills as a director of these characters in this world.
Yeah, there was one little clip going around, not to cut you off about your other adventures, Joseph, but there's a clip, they're putting a lot of, I think, great BTS promotional clips out of John saying a lot of things. And there was one clip I saw of him talking about, shooting for the screen, different aspect ratios and everything, which, that episode you mentioned does do that kind of famous aspect ratio switch. But he's just talking about how, hey, we could build our sets higher. We can do more things because it's a different, platform. And that got me excited for what they're going to pull off with this.
Yeah, no, it's so I'm very excited for that. Had a screening of our horror film Dead Media in Wisconsin as a part of talking to my old friend's directing class, and ForceCenter friend Spencer came out to see that, so that was great to meet him. Met another ForceCenter friend at a bookstore in Minneapolis, so it's been great to be meeting ForceCenter friends. We love that, and hope to do more of that everywhere we go, pretty much. Well, bathrooms. Yeah, anyway, what I mean. Now, Ken, if you go to Dragon Con, which I know is a possibility, be prepared to meet folks in the bathroom.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
right?
I opened the stall door that I was in, and there was Chewbacca, Eunice.
Let's go.
Yep.
I can't wait.
So you never know. There might be signing lines in there. Anyway, so the big Star Wars adventure that I wanted to share with people was a weird and fun one. My friend had some tickets to kind of the behind the scenes of Jimmy Kimmel Live. This was like a week and a half ago before the latest dumb stir up of people attacking Jimmy Kimmel. And it was the episode that Minnesota Governor Walz was on, which is why my friend and I had been invited, because we're both from the Midwest, and it's great to briefly get to meet Governor Walz. But then there was just another person lounging in this kind of green room area, and I kept waiting for this person to be on the show, but he wasn't. He was just there. It turns out he was there to see a pal who was on the show, and this person was Bill Burr. And I have had an up and down relationship with him, because some of his material for me is like meh, but then some of his stuff over the years I've really taken to, and I really love. I always thought his performance was great in The Mandalorian, but the way the character gets developed in his second appearance in the second season, it adds layers. It's complex. It's great, and I really liked it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just curious how he'd react if I talked to him about Star Wars, because for the most part I leave the famous folks alone, but I was like, you know what, screw it, because I'm curious. I want to report to folks how it goes. So I approached him and I said, would you mind if I told you that I enjoyed your work on Star Wars? And he kind of laughed, scoffed, like, he's like, would I mind if you gave me a compliment? He said, no, I loved it. It was great. And I said, well, I hope they bring you back. He's like, I'd love to come back. He's like, they left me on a planet somewhere. And the way he said it was not like disrespectful of the lore. It was just sort of like, I can't keep track. They left me somewhere, so I'm alive. But then, like, as he's walking out the door, he's like, seriously, I'd like, thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I had great fun. So he was just super cool and super positive about his Star Wars experience, which he has been in general in the public eye.
Yeah.
But you know, this was not necessarily fully in the public eye. So
yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, you can look at some of his comments about the experience and maybe think that he was thought he was above it. And maybe at one point I wouldn't call him a nerd and a sci-fi nerd and a fantasy geek. So maybe he felt that, but it's good to know that he's embracing that. And I've seen him do some bits at the Comedy Store that pull in a lot of, I'll say, Star Wars knowledge that I bet he didn't have a few years ago.
No, it seems to me like, I mean, obviously he's a great comedian, and I think a lot of that comedy comes from he's got it kind of honestly constantly on the lookout for what he considers to be bullshit, right? To be something that's somebody's trying to pull one on you, or it's not as sophisticated or thoughtful as you think it might be. And to me, and this is just my opinion from the outside, no facts, just opinions, that he probably had the boop bop with the laser swords, you know, for kids. And then when he got into it, he's like, you're not really a full-time actor, and you're being asked to dig layers and layers deep about the trauma of war. And he's like, oh, okay, so not just laser swords. Got it.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like maybe his bullshit detector was satisfied.
There you go. That's great. That's a great Star Wars adventure. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Ton of fun.
Yeah. So I'll drop the call link in here in a bit here. We're also going to give our first reactions to Maul Shadowlord, and I stayed up late, and you've been traveling, so I don't know if your clock might have been so off. It might have been easy for you to stay up late this time around, right?
No, I did it for the Maul. By the time I was done watching Maul, I had been awake for 22 hours. Which did actually contribute to my overall reaction. Ken, do you wanna dive into overall reactions?
Yeah, let's do it. Take me into yours. I'm going to drop this link in the live Q&A. ForceCenter main chat on Discord, everybody, and you can call into the show.
So try keeping it spoiler free. I think these last two episodes are extremely intense, and I think having to stay up late for it made it even more dream-like, nightmarish, a nightmare dream. And I think in some ways that's the power of these episodes. They are unrelenting, and I think great art can really make you, the audience member, feel what the characters feel. And it was this like weird, like, I'm enjoying this painful, unrelenting nightmare. And I think in many ways it made us, the audience, and it made all of the characters around Maul feel what I think Maul is always feeling, of this sort of the anger combined with the fear of I want to be hunter, but I am hunted. And I just think the feeling of that came across so strongly in these episodes. I wrote down some kind of rough notes about themes and ideas. Probably some of them trail off as I just was falling asleep and hitting the key. But I was left more than anything with the emotion of these episodes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was getting tired, again, on the West Coast. So sorry. We only have to stay up till midnight. We don't have to get up at 3 a.m. I apologize to those who aren't as privileged, but I was getting tired. And then those episodes started. I was up till about 2:30 because I couldn't, at the end of it, it was just like, you wanted to process, you wanted to enjoy. There's so many things to dive into. I like what you're talking about, just a nightmare incarnate in front of us in a way. Great use of classic characters, great use of the emotions of Maul. And can't wait to talk about it. I know it's probably on your mind, but Master Docky has a line about Maul that forever I'm going to write it down. And anytime Matty Mourner's around, I'm going to point at it and go, see, this is why you don't trust Maul. This is the mistakes the man makes. And this is what he's about. And it's one of the greatest lines. And especially a second episode full of lightsaber fights. Not a spoiler. We know there's been some and there's going to be more, it was full of some of, I'll say just the best lightsaber fighting on the screen. But every blow had some emotion behind it, and a theme attached to it. Great use. As as a writer, a fight is how you might learn a fist fight. Keith David and Roddy Piper going at it for 15 minutes. You're learning something about their characters. It's not just throwing punches or swinging these blades. And in an episode that you could have just been like, whoa, there's just so much things going on. They did such a good job highlighting what every person was going through and feeling in that situation. Wonderfully exciting, thrilling, scary, sad episodes that were just so wonderfully put together.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to watching them in the light of day. And it was also just great to get to this point of feeling what the arc of this first season is meant to be. And I thought the shape of the first season now makes just perfect, great sense. And it's really fun to think about where season 2 will take us.
Yeah. And I don't know when we're expecting season 2. I can't remember. I think there was something from Athena Portillo out there that was like, there's something first before it or something. I can't verify it, but I hope it's sooner than later. Yeah. I hope it's sooner than later. I really hope it is, because I cannot wait to continue this story. And the fact that they clearly knew, and of course we know how animation works, but they knew they had a second season to play with when they started the first one, and they put it together. And you could tell that they're making the best use of that.
My biggest Star Wars Day treat, I know there's still, some kind of hope floating around of maybe some announcements, maybe a release date for Ahsoka 2. I would love if they announced that when the next season of Maul is coming, and that it would come sooner rather than later. One of the great things about this show is the momentum. So it'd be great not to wait, a year and a half for the momentum to continue.
Indeed. Yeah. So I can't wait to dive in. And you're right. It's been fun. It's been a while since we kind of did or were able to do what, we love doing here at ForceCenter, which is just crawling under the covers with a movie or a show and exploring what is in there for us. And we're going to do that tomorrow. Much to get to. That.
Want to grab this super chat from Joshua Frutos 8691, who says, can't stick around, ambivalent face. Finishing up my reread of Heir to the Empire. I love you guys. May the 4th be with you all. Thank you, Joshua, who can't hear us now, but maybe later. Enjoy your reread.
Enjoy it. Yeah. I have the comics versions of Heir to the Empire. I think it might be the whole trilogy. And I'm going to one day crack open the little case that they're in and read them all, because I would like to revisit it. I have positive and negative views on those books, but positive because of what they did for the franchise at a time where there was nothing for us to take in. So reread is an interesting idea.
I really want to reread them. Time is an enemy of my Star Wars joy, because there's so many things I want to revisit, and those books are high up there. Somebody said something. Cad Bane's Bounty manifesting a release date announcement for the 9th Jedi. Yes, the 9th Jedi might be slipping in before the next season of Maul.
Yeah, that could be it. Yeah, it could be it as well. And hopefully there's some big cool additional animation project to announce. And who knows, it could break now. The way it works, it could break right now.
Come on, big news while we're live. Big news while we're live.
You guys, I think my computer's gotten so bad now that I can't go to other tabs. My camera freezes. Here, I'll try right now. Did I freeze? No.
You're still alive.
Oh, okay. Still alive. So I can't check the breaking news. Joseph and I are on air, so you guys are the breaking news to us if something gets announced here. You can call in if you're a ForceCenter Patreon supporter. It's in the Discord right now in the main ForceCenter chat area there, chat thread. We'll take some calls in a second. Celebrating May 4th. We want to hear from you what Star Wars means to you. We know that some of your reactions to Maul are probably top of mind, so we'll take those as well. But yeah. Did you do anything special this morning, Joseph, to celebrate Star Wars Day?
I looked at my action figures. I got a couple of new ones in Minneapolis. My dad likes to take out his 1950 Chevrolet truck. It's an old milk truck, delivery truck that he has. The truck is 75 years old, but he's got it in working shape. And he used to, it's the truck he used to drive us to Burger King in to get the glasses, which during the original trilogy, which I suppose he could have driven us to get the new Burger King glasses. Anyway, he likes taking me to a comic book store or a toy store. Like yes. I'm a child.
Thank you,
51. So I got this Mando and Grogu action figure, which has been on my list of maybes, but I saw it in person. This is the remnant snow trooper who's lost their face mask. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. Can't stay warm. I'll see if I have to take this guy out of the package. So this is Ken, an Obi-Wan figure that I have been coveting, but when I have checked on eBay, and maybe the prices are wrong, but just for my own personal experience, way too expensive, like $75 to $100. And I feel guilty about it, but I found a store in River Falls that sold it to me for $5, which is less than $100. And I was so excited about it. Set this figure out to watch the last episodes of Maul with me, which felt a little bit cruel, and then spent some time appreciating it this morning as well. It is the vintage collection Phantom Menace Obi-Wan Kenobi with the offer of the life-size Maul on the sticker. So I was very, very happy to spend some quality time this morning staring at $5 Obi-Wan.
$5 Obi-Wan. Neil says regarding your first figure that you showed that is the nickname Cold Nose. That'd be a classic Kenner name indeed. That's exactly what we want.
Amaranth asks, what store in River Falls? It's mostly a gaming store, like mostly like a hangout and game. They must have got just like a box or a couple of boxes of figures and kind of bought them from somebody because it didn't look like a permanent display. It was just sort of like, hey, here's some Star Wars figures. Half of them are still in a box. Anyway, the store was called Midwest Jedi.
Ooh. He's a very polite Jedi. He's unsure of giving himself praise. Yeah.
No aggressive.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. One thing I'm going to do to celebrate May 4th is I'm finally going to open up this little bag clip, mystery bag clip. Should I do that here?
Do it.
It's from the Book of Boba Fett, so I could get Boba Fett. I could get Boba Fett, Dune Sea Survivor, Fennec Shand, the Fire Spray, Black Chrysanthemum, Tusken Fighter, Garsa Whip, Boba Fett riding a Rancor, one of the Gamorrean guards, and some mystery ones. One though quite clearly shaped like Grogu. So this was gifted to me by the wonderful Taffeta Darling. Follow her on Instagram, doing some great stuff. So all right, so
I'm doing a drum roll. I don't know if it picked up on the mic.
That is a drum roll. Where's the? I can't. Oh my gosh, do I got to do this now? Do I got to do the old man? All right, hold on.
Such a long drum roll.
At least you're a drummer. This I feel like J.K. Simmons telling you to,
it's Whiplash meets ForceCenter.
Where's my scissors?
I didn't realize that you didn't have all your tools or would have started
I thought it was gonna have one of those little spots to like rip it open, but it did not. Got some extra ASMR going. All right, the mystery is the fire spray. I got the fire spray,
nice,
which is great. The problem is, I already have one. This is the only one I have in this line, and I already have this one. So I'll tell you what. Anyone want this? You can bid on it here live on ForceCenter, and we'll send it to you. There you go. I like that, though. I'll put that on another bag. It's a bag. It's always good to have two.
That looks like a little ornament. You can hang it places.
Yeah. Was really hoping for that Boba Fett on Rancor there.
Yeah.
There we go. Wait, good wacko Jenna. ForceCenter Ken needs to go to the gym. I work out every day. Doesn't mean you have hand strength. Every day. Django Fitz Starship there.
Yes.
There we go. We're here on May 4th.
Let's see what the title says. What does the deed say? Yeah.
What does the deed say? Look at that. This should come with a little button that makes the Seismic charge sound.
That's what Will McLean said. Seismic charges included.
There you go. I love this stuff, though. All right, should we take some phone calls? Should we hear from the ForceCenter community? It's going to be audio only today, folks, so don't worry about getting your face camera ready. We're just going to keep it simple here, like a radio call-in show. He's been in here since I first put the link up, so let's bring Ethan onto the show. Ethan, how are you celebrating May 4th, and what does it mean to you?
I am celebrating May 4th by working and having my Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot socks on with my work boots.
Nice.
And also, I watched that cool show.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Did you watch it this morning or late last night?
Late last night. I may have spoofed my location because I saw some spoilers early and I couldn't wait. Yeah,
understandable.
That's all right. That's okay.
But anyway, maybe that's something for me to later call into the blathering about for a sinful confession. Are you guys hearing something? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, your phone is ringing. I don't want you to lose any business, Ethan. I know you got to work.
Oh, I don't know why it's ringing. I told it to stop. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that.
We're live, baby. We're live.
We are absolutely live. So anyway, but yeah,
talk about Star Wars.
Probably not.
Yeah, yeah. What was your one-word reaction to Maul Shadowlord?
It was shit.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think that's accurate. I think that's absolutely accurate.
Either that or damn.
Yeah, yeah. Indeed.
There's the inner monologue of many of the characters.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, it was great. And yeah, I won't get into spoilers if we're not doing spoilers. But guys, if you haven't watched it yet, you are in for such a treat.
A treat indeed. A treat indeed. So now, Ethan, you've got some young kids, right? That's a fact.
I do.
Yeah. How are they with Star Wars at this point, and do you celebrate Star Wars Day with them at all, or are they aware of it? What do you do with them?
So, okay, so yeah, my youngest is very much into Star Wars right now. His room is Star Wars. I did not have to prompt him to put a Star Wars shirt on this morning for May 4th.
He was ready.
My oldest came down in a Royals jersey and a Royals hat, Kansas City Royals.
Close.
And I was like, "Bud, it's May the 4th. Do you want to wear a Star Wars shirt?" He's like, "No, I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan." And I took a split second, took a breath, and then said, "Guy, you know what, buddy? That's okay. You don't have to like Star Wars." And then I turned around and had a stabbed in the heart moment. But
okay, I'm gonna cut you out of the will, but no, that's absolutely. Hey, it will either find him later, or it's like you said, he's gonna root for the Kansas City Royals only. Ethan, thanks for calling in. Appreciate that. What is Star Wars on this day? What does Star Wars mean to you now in 2026?
You know what? First thing that comes to mind, Star Wars means community. And a big part of that is the lovely community that you guys have formed. And so that's kind of what it means to me today. It's been a lot of fun to be in the Discord today, to talk about the episodes and share Star Wars memes and everything else. So, yeah. So thank you for that.
Of course, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate you calling in today, buddy. Now answer that phone call. Get to work.
Okay, will do.
I love the thought about community because we've been doing so many more live streams and call-ins, and I've always enjoyed the ForceCenter community and the community aspect of what we do. But lately, whenever anybody wants to talk about the podcast, it's really kind of what I start with is it's the community, and that's a huge part of the value of talking about Star Wars is building the community and being a part of the community.
Indeed, 12 years of doing this, it's taught me one thing. Like, there's a ton of shows out there, a ton of great channels, ton of great podcasts, small, big, large, whatever. But what always, sets each and one of them apart is the community around those shows. And yes, there's crossover. A lot of folks who are Star Wars explainers come over here to us and vice versa. You have the Resistance broadcast at us. It's a Venn diagram that's pretty tight, all that stuff. But it's the community of each show that is what makes each show and makes it fun to be broadcasting to all of you. You guys truly do that. Truly do it indeed. All right, should we fight with Matty Gunner? Should we do it? No, we're not going to get.
No.
He's
making scary hand gestures in the chat.
That one's not allowed on TV, Matty. Put that hand down. That finger doesn't go like that. Okay. All right. What does a reverse peace sign mean, Matty? What are you doing? Okay. And I know. Matty Gunner, you're here. No spoilers, buddy, but I know you as a Maul fan have to be feeling, I don't know if the word satisfied is right, but where are you at?
Okay, first thing I want to know what this, actually no, second thing. First thing, you give me grief about never being on camera, and I come on with the camera, and then you say, no, we're doing audio only.
I wanted to change the vibe up, make it different from Friday's show.
That's the first gripe. Second gripe. What is this line that you've apparently got from Master Darky that you're going to say whenever I'm around?
I'm going to say it tomorrow on the show. You're going to have to watch on the show. Oh, but he says one truth that I was like, there it is. No matter what Maul does, thinks, or says to you to make your heart break for him, which is valid because there's been a lot of bad things. There's just one line that's the end-all truth of who he is to me. And that's not something that changes. That's all, Matty. Doesn't mean you can't take inspiration from Maul. I know you got a bum knee and now a hip.
I just think Master Daki has been listening to all the podcasts because he responded to our expectation that he should be dead early on. I think he beautifully summarized in that line that you're talking about a lot of what all sorts of folks have been talking about of what Maul is saying has an element of truth to it, but he is saying it for selfish reasons, period.
Yeah.
I actually think that his act in the last episode was fairly selfless, but
I think there's lots of stuff to be debated about his arc in those last two episodes. I agree with you, Maddie, but at the end of the day,
but
that was like 80% for the bit, by the way.
Okay. Sure, you cheeky bastard. But as a Maul fan, and there's a lot of Maul fans in our community and a lot of Maul fans out there, without a doubt, that's why they decided, hey, it's probably a good idea to do a show like this and explore this character that's very popular. What has surprised you, again, trying to avoid spoilers for the last two episodes, but what has surprised you about this show after one season as a Maul fan?
Well, first of all, to answer the question that you asked me when I came in, this is my favorite Star Wars story so far. Every story beat has hit, every emotional beat has hit. For me, what surprised me most is a character that already had the level of depth that Maul had. They were able to take it further. They were able to go deeper with it to areas that I did not expect. That was probably what has shocked me the most, and how a character I thought I knew like the back of my hand. Like there's always new stories to tell. There's always new perspectives to be had, and it just goes to show that you can't go into these stories expecting it with expectations. Like you got to have an open mind when you come into these stories, because it can always take a left turn that makes you go, never thought about that.
I think what I really liked about that deepening of Maul, we talked about, like, there's some stuff that we as fans kind of piece together, but we really get to see it, right? We get to see the trauma of what is done to him and how he's processing it. But one of the layers I've just really loved in this show is just this idea of identity and how much we do get to make our own identity. But the world often is like, nah, we refuse to agree with your own truth of who you are. And I feel like that's part of what the show has dug in so much of Maul is like, I am not inferior. I deserve to be a Sith Lord. I am powerful. I am valuable. I can be a good teacher. I can be a grand, plan maker. I can be all these things. And he's like, hello, world. And the world's like, nah. just that such relatable fury of like, I will show you who I am. I know who I am,
Never tell the Force your plans, people.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, Maddie, well said, and I think you're absolutely right. It was already a character that they took to wonderfully deep places with Clone Wars and Rebels, and I'll always point to Maul coming back, as wild and spider leg and spider butt as it might have been. Was done with great purpose and a great why to explore. But I'm with you. I felt I learned even more about the character, and I'm joking sometimes, but I do have a lot of empathy for him. I do understand it. I think he does say some things that you're like, that is right. I think there's some stuff beneath it, and that's what we'll discuss tomorrow. And probably you and I will debate in a pub for the rest of our lives. But it was quite a wonderfully executed show. No pun intended with that word.
Like I said in the chat, the thing, like, today is a good day to be a Star Wars fan. Like, it's May 4th. Everyone's celebrating for the most part. And we got an incredible end to this part of the story.
Yeah, indeed. How do you celebrate May 4th out there, Maddie? Do you put up pictures of Margaret Thatcher and salute? What do you do?
Over my dead body. So normally I just watch, like, I just pick a film and watch it. I'm very simple. I'll just pick it. I think I'm probably going to end up watching Phantom Menace and maybe try to fit in Solo as well. But a rather interesting thing happened on Sunday, literally yesterday. I was walking around the studio where we're currently doing the new Mourner record, and I was just looking at all the different, like, plaques and stuff on the wall, and I noticed that some of the dialogue editing for season 1 of The Mandalorian had been done there. And I asked which studio is it being done in, and they said, "Oh, the one that you're currently recording in."
Nice.
Wow.
So I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, that's fantastic.
I love it. Is the name of the next Mourner album Off the Maul?
It is now.
There you go.
I was going to go to the window to the Maul, but
okay.
I would do an homage to Metallica and kill them all.
Kill them all.
Here's a better one. And Justice for Maul.
Justice for Maul.
There you go.
Even better.
Maddie, I'm sure the conversation will continue with you. I'm so glad you were satisfied and filled up to the brim with your love for this show.
Yeah, definitely. And especially this show, especially ForceCenter.
Thank you.
We always appreciate you, buddy. All right. Thank you, Maddie. Love it there. Yeah, he's so right, Joseph. It's just I myself was so excited for the show. But I just there's some bullet points I think they're going to hit in the plan. Okay. And I've just been continually blown away by what they were able to do each week. And even though some of the things you're like, oh, yeah, okay, they did get to that. Or, we had kind of thought about that. The way they did it was just unique and very, very much full of the why for this show.
It was full of the why. It was so gorgeous, and in the gorgeousness of it, supported all of the themes and the ideas and the characters and the emotions. And I just really appreciated the commitment to, hey, just because you're going to see a scene that you've probably seen in Star Wars before, or an action beat that you expect to happen, such work going into how can we make it fresh? How can we make it feel like, again, and not to drag on the Clone Wars. I love Clone Wars, but there were so many fights in Clone Wars. Sometimes it'd be like, yep, the clones are all shooting at the droids. And there was such an effort made in this show to be like, everything is going to feel fresh and surprising and, energetic.
Yeah, I don't want to go into details, but some of the fight sequences in these final 2 episodes were just so well staged, like it was live action, and there was directors on set and stunt coordinators going, you there. It was just beautiful. To watch them pull that off.
And a lot of stuff in these last 2 episodes. So, damn.
Yeah. Tomorrow will be great. We are here live celebrating Star Wars Day, May the 4th, and also talking about Maul. I will take this time to remind everyone, if you're local to the LA area, on May 24th, Joseph and I are anchoring a night of Star Wars comedy at Flappers Comedy Club, 5 p.m. in Burbank. Mike Black, the old ForceCenter guest, you all might remember from back in the day, a great comic on the show, and others are going to be there as well. I have to get off my confused, overwhelmed, lazy butt and book more people this week for the show. But it's happening. If you're local, please come on out. It's going to be a fun night. They always at Flappers about once a month. They do this Control Alt Delight nerd comedy night. It's always fun, and they gave me the ability to put this Star Wars one together with Joseph. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you're local, come on out. Information on my website there.
Did you describe your lazy ass as also confused and overwhelmed?
Yeah, I'm confused and overwhelmed by life right now. It's not all bad. It's some good. We'll talk. Yeah, you would give me an email for one person, and I have been like, oh, I should do. It's been like 9 days. If I better email that person, and I was at the club last night, and they were like, "Hey, do you got any posters?" I was like, "Oh, god damn it, yeah, okay, yeah, Brian Ward, I need some posters."
I just love that picture of not just you being confused and overwhelmed, as we all are, but your ass itself. Of like, I'm sitting on this couch. I want to be sitting on this couch, but I can't be sitting on this couch. I want to feel the air. Well, I should. Oh, I'm just too overwhelmed.
Yeah. Too. And usually when I get overwhelmed, it's like, all right, one more round of Fortnite. I'll go one more round of video games. But by the way, for Fortnite players, they always do the Star Wars stuff, usually around May 4th or the month of May. They've basically recreated Battlefront in Fortnite Galactic Siege. I haven't taken the deep dive into it because I forgot to change my settings, and I went in, and there was some 10-year-old yelling the F word at the entire squad. I was like, I'm not going to play this today. I was going to change my settings. But it's really good stuff, and they always do a good job representing Star Wars there. It's a weird world, and where you have all these IPs and these companies, making a lot of money off the IPs and then laying off employees. I don't endorse everything the company behind Fortnite does, but I do play it, and it's a lot of fun as a Star Wars fan. So there we go. All right. Calls. Let's go. We got a lot. Will calling in next here. Will, how you doing? How you celebrating May 4th today?
Doing all right, guys. I'm going to open this 11th Brother and Marok figure today without question.
Ooh, the vintage ones?
It's got to be done after this morning. It can't be put off any longer.
Yeah.
Did you get them online, or did you hunt them down in a physical store?
There's only one store in town that might have them, so no, these were online purchases. It's just the state of things, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Sometimes I have a little bit better luck in Minneapolis than I do in Los Angeles. So I was on a hunt for Crow in particular, because what a cool look.
There's a place here that opened that carries pretty much everything vintage, and I got the blue shirted Obi-Wan recently, and they have the wall that you don't want to see, Joseph. It's the one where you're like, I need to get out of this store ASAP because bad things are going to happen.
Yes, I love and fear the wall.
Will, I'll get your thoughts on reactions, I should say, to Maul Shadowlord, but I also want to ask you, as a veteran Star Wars fan, meaning you've seen many summers and many winters celebrating Star Wars like us. What does Star Wars mean to you now on this day and this year?
I got stumped. That's the community answer. I'm going to echo that one. I think without cheese incoming, but with what you guys have done for the community and what has sprung out of that for ForceCenter as a whole and related channels has been exceptional, and it's frankly kept me involved in the fandom through times when I probably might have stepped away, and so that is to be appreciated, and certainly you're rewarded for sticking around because there's good stuff coming out.
Appreciate that. And what is the franchise? What do you take from the franchise now, as you've like us been around it a little bit?
Well, I found out last night that I still have the capacity to nerd out to great degree, as I fought with my 16-year-old for about an hour over an Inquisitorius ranking. He had pulled up a little tier list on his phone. He's like, no, and and we were really going at it. And then he's the one reminding me, he goes, "Where is 11th Brother and Marok?" I'm like, "They're down in my studio." He goes, "Well, I'm the Inquisitor. You got to give them to me. I need to open these things up." I'm the one who's buying them. No, let me just look at the cover for a little bit longer before we do that. But
who's he got?
Go ahead.
Who's he got on the top for the Inquisitor?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know what to do with 11th. His, I think he had Trilla was really high.
Mm.
And then he's a big fan of, is it Sixth Brother, the one from the Mace Windu comics, was up there, and Marok had gone way up as well. I was stumping for Reva pretty hard, but I'm like, she was Grand Inquisitor. Whether how she got it was a little bit devious, but that's the mark of the Inquisitorius, is it not? So
yeah, it's on her resume.
Yeah.
What to do with the Django jumper? Where do you? He had Barriss also very, very high. And I said, you can't take late stage Barriss, because late stage Barriss is kind of more self-actualized, realized. I'm not including her in the Inquisitorius section.
Yeah.
So,
this is fascinating to even think about this ranking. I'd have to write them all down and have pictures to help me.
You will.
But yeah, the metrics to measure the Inquisitors in a ranking sort of list is all off the charts, because if it's about story, Reva, Trilla, those stories of those characters, I think, are real powerful and stand out to me. But then Marek and the Crow, I mean, they're just the best designs to me right now. So I wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah, and I mean, there's the famous Stan Lee quote about like who would win in a fight. Like, well, the one that makes sense in the story.
Yes,
and I think Star Wars does such a great job of different character. It's not about power levels. It's also about it's an internal game. It's the mental game. So it depends on who Inquisitors are facing and all that kind of thing. But man, has this show put these two Inquisitors, over the top and made it like. Yeah, they're not lightsaber fodder for good guys to cut down. They are horrendous threats in a way that makes me feel like, okay, we got to go back and balance the scales a little bit, because I was starting to kind of feel like Inquisitors were yeah. I mean, they chase them pretty hard in Rebels, but once they run up against Maul and Ahsoka, they're like, bye.
Yeah.
And these ones don't feel that way yet.
No. And I know we're not spoiling anything, but even just the way that they rounded a corner in this show, I sat up heavy. I had to call into you guys, because I'm gonna have to go pick up my kid he's 16. He's gonna be into this show, but he can't. He's gonna have a friend in the car on the way to drop him off, and I got to sit there and drive him without freaking out about what I saw, so we can get home and watch this thing. And so yeah, I had to put it somewhere.
Yeah, love that. Appreciate it. Will, thanks for calling in. When you open up those figures, post it in the Discord, okay?
Will do.
All right, Will calling in. Wonderful stuff there. Yeah, I mean, we will probably at one point, Joseph, have to rank the best Inquisitors, our favorite Inquisitors. I don't know which way to go to that.
Yeah, it would be really fun, because there are the ones that we've got to know better, and the ones who make better choices eventually, like Reva and Barriss, and they're the ones who are just cool looking, and there's some ones in the comics who eat it pretty quick.
Yes, video games and that. Yeah, love it. And again, from something that we've said this before, but when the Grand Inquisitor shows up in Rebels, I don't know. I don't want to say I wasn't on board, but I just had that kind of like, all right, I know you can't have Vader doing it, so this is kind of a substitute. And even by the end of season 1, I think I was moving off that. But as you continue to explore the Inquisitorius, it's just something that makes a lot of sense. Something that, like, Palpatine would still be pretty obsessed with the idea of wiping out all those that survived. I like that there's a lot of surviving Jedi. It does kind of make sense to me logistically for something like Order 66. To have these kind of Nazgul for Palpatine flying around the galaxy is pretty fun.
I like the additional cruelty, too, of like, I am going to murder the vast majority of the Jedi, and I'm going to hunt down the rest, and I'm going to break a few, too, just to have my bases covered. I mean, just that the Inquisitors are mostly, broken Jedi is also just got to be delicious for him to just put, more pain and suffering in the galaxy. I really want to do the ranking, and I think if we do the ranking, we can't use any names like Crow or Reva or Barriss, so that we can have the most absolute confusing who's on first ranking of. So is 11th 2 and 13th is 5th, but 5th is 6th, but 6th should be 8th, but 8th should be 2.
We need someone wake up Alex. Maybe you can call in. Have they ever used a number, repeated a number? If one falls, do they just slot them in? I don't know the lore there. Is it like Red 5,
I think that's why they're going up. Myself is because, and did Grand have a number at some point? Is Grand also 8? Well, right. There is an 8th brother. Yeah.
See, Does he vacate it? Yeah, it's and the numbers, especially for me as a sports guy, numbers, jersey numbers have significance. Like, would you want to even give it up? Like, oh no, I'm 8 to the end, baby. Even if you promote me, call me 8. Yeah.
How did 5 die? No, I don't want to be 5.
Yeah.
I like the idea that. Do they retire numbers like jerseys?
Do they retire numbers? I love that. Yeah.
I like the idea that the numbers don't make any sense, and that's part of since the Inquisitorius is built to compete and to impress Vader, and it's a little bit of that Sith lineage of always trying to step up. That the numbers don't make any sense. It's just a head game of like maybe Vader's ranking them. Like, I actually think that is the most talented one, so I'm going to call him 11th, and it'll make him feel like crap because he'll wonder why he's 11th when he's really the best.
There you go. Yeah, David Channel 19 brings up, I think there is a brother and sister of the same number. That can kind of work. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's even more confusing. I want the 24th sister, the 26th brother. Like, that's what I wanted at. We're live here on 4th of July, May the 4th. Wow. I'm ready for fireworks. We're here celebrating Star Wars live with all of you, or maybe you're watching or listening later. So let us know there. Let's go to a call here from Gwen calling in. Gwen, we're not spoiling, but I know you have some strong feelings about these last 2 episodes.
I'm without getting into specifics, I'm heartbroken on multiple levels.
Nice. Good. Good.
God.
Emotional pain.
Yeah. The interesting thing about the finale was that it wasn't just shocking what actually happened, but it was shocking in terms of it has now reshaped what I thought season 2 was going to be. And now I have no idea what they're doing with this. So yeah, it's
wonderful.
Yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, so I'm just sitting in my feelings right now, and like,
get it.
Yeah, I'm just going to do the equivalent of like what we do in the Maul and No Spoilers Discord channel, and like everybody posts non-spoiler memes. I'm just going to like put up. I'm just going to recall that moment from Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, when Elizabeth sees Jack Sparrow, and she said, "Oh, you coward!" And yeah, we can get into that more once we're talking spoilers. But my god.
Yeah, no, I think Gwen, do you enjoy that the show it had some twists and turns, like I think a lot of us talked about and discussed, and I think a lot of big picture things, kind of the spine of the show is what everybody expected, but how they got there kind of kept us all surprised. Do you like that? Do you like being surprised?
Yes, and what's interesting is that Jared called something that I did not expect to happen so soon. And when we were talking about the show, and so when it happened, I was like, oh shit.
See, that's what it is. Yeah.
So like, it's this. I've just was kind of in a state of my mouth dropped open the entire final 2 episodes. I was like, oh my god. And like, I get what you're saying, Ken. It's like, do you have like complex thoughts about what happened, or do you just like sit back and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, indeed. You're obviously a big fan of the animated side of Star Wars. It's something you've always been passionate about. Again, without spoilers, but what has this first season meant to you? Same kind of question we asked to Maddie as a Maul fan. You as an animation fan, what has this season meant to you?
It means a lot to me on multiple levels, because on the one hand, you have the Maul of it, and like I've been just wanting a Maul series for so long, particularly in animated. Maul series, and it's just given me so much juicy material, to sink my teeth into, and so on that level, it's been incredibly satisfying. But also, just in terms of being an animation fan, I feel like, especially with these final episodes, like this show has gone places that I don't think any other animated show has gone before.
Correct.
And and that is nothing against the other shows, because I obviously, like, I think you have to kind of work up to moving sort of beyond, like, appealing to a younger audience, like, because people, viewers just look at animation, and even if they do push back against that, I still think that there's a natural inclination to say, oh, but you've still got to somewhat cater to that younger audience. And I feel like this was the first show that was just like, no, our audience has grown up with these animated shows. This is Maul. Let's give them something that, a show about Maul, like, let's not tone it down or anything.
Right.
And because I just feel like if you are having younger viewers watching this finale, had the definite possibility of traumatizing them.
Yes.
Yeah, that is something that I've talked about coming around on a bit, actually quite a lot with Andor season 2, where I think just because of Out in the Wild at bars or on punditry-based shows where someone says we need an R-rated Star Wars, I really do put up a wall against that, and we'll fight for Star Wars being about not just the 12-year-olds like George Lucas says, but just being about the other generations. But I have come around on the idea of, like, but yet this franchise has been around for 50 years, and you can still reach some people in different styles, not just genres, but approach. And I think this is, Andor is a great example, but I think you're right, Gwen. This isn't Rebels, which we love. It is near perfection in terms of the show, but definitely started a little, not even younger, Resistance as well. But this just was like, we're going to start you up here, and we're going to stay here because we know a lot of the people that love and Maul have been around since, the 90s, and we're going to reach you on a different level. And I think it was very, very good in the way they did.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not so unrelentingly dark, because there's moments where you're allowed to laugh. And,
absolutely.
Even if it's dark humor.
Yeah, indeed.
But then they also kind of use that against us in certain ways in the
Sure.
that maybe we took comfort in.
Sure.
We're just, brutally facts, maybe.
No.
So,
love it.
So
Yeah, I think it's such a great exercise in Star Wars. Always deals with heavy things, but it really chooses show to show how much to just really twist the knife and make the audience feel it. I always go back to Star Wars of, like, people bouncing out of the theater in 1977 talking about what a breath of fresh air it is. And then you look at the actual events of A New Hope, and you're like, oh my God. It's just like, hey, factually, we want you to know that there was a planet-wide genocide, but let's not really linger on it too much. Let it bounce back. It's all good. Don't worry about it. And I feel like what Maul is doing is really like, this is an exercise, and we want you to feel it. We want you to feel the oppression of the Empire and the pain that these characters are going through. And I think that's what's, to me, so beautiful about the animation style. It is physically beautiful, but it's done in such a visceral way to help you just really feel what they want you to feel. And such a triumph for animation.
By the way, like, I have to say, I don't know if maybe I wasn't clocking it as much in the early episodes, or if they got bolder as the season went on. But even though I had noticed touches of, like, certain backgrounds, looking a bit like matte paintings and, the transitions and stuff, I noticed it more and more as we got into the latter half of the season. And I thought they were getting really bold with their choices in sort of striving less and less for sort of photorealism and getting a bit more impressionistic, which I just thought was really cool.
No.
Yeah, no, I really agree. Just gorgeous. I got to hang out with my niece a little bit, and she is the one who convinced me to watch Attack on Titan. So I was like, she's got some Star Wars animation to catch up on. I was like, skip to Maul. I think, one of the other triumphs is it's definitely richer if you know Maul's story, but I think you can kind of jump into this show too without needing a lot of Star Wars lore.
Yeah,
agreed. Gwen, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. We really appreciate you calling in, and I'm just so happy that the show hit you right in the feels. Even if you're processing it, it hit you right where it needed to hit you.
I just, before I go, I just want to say, like, in terms of like what May the 4th means to me, it's really like what Star Wars means. It's friendship, basically. At this point, I've moved away from the sort of wider internet fandom, and it's become the close relationships I've established with my friends, both in and out of ForceCenter, and this community that you guys have built here is really important to me, and I just want to tell you how much I value it, and you guys are great, and just thank you for keeping, like, even when you guys are critical of things, you're always approaching it from a standpoint of going into things with an open heart, and with an eye towards having actual discussions and not just being snippy about things, and it means a lot, and ForceCenter is a real refuge for me as a Star Wars fan, so thank you.
Well, thank you, Gwen. Thank you for being such a great part of the community.
Indeed. Echoed. All right. Thank you, Gwen. We got a couple more calls lined up here for a few more minutes. There's a comment. Where did I put that comment there? Amaranth said this regarding Maul. I'm surprised by the complexity of the story for many of the characters, not just Maul. Devin could have been two-dimensional. Same for Two Boots. But yeah, they took the time with each character. And Riley, in the end, becomes a character with a lot going on too for me.
Yeah, no, it's one of the things that I was so pleasantly surprised by. It delivered everything that we thought it might with Maul and his story and the story of where the galaxy's at. But it's just like I just liked all those characters and liked living in that world so much because of how well developed everybody was.
Indeed, I absolutely agree. Let's take another call here. We got two more lined up. The link is in Discord today only because old Kenny forgot to put it in Patreon. So there you go. It's been a time. We're going to have Lex Tano calling and then Detective McCarcel after that. Lex, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Happy 4th, fellas and ForceCenter community. It's a great day to be a Star Wars fan.
It is. What does this day mean to you now?
Well, just to echo a lot of what the other callers said, it's just about for me, family, because my whole family is into Star Wars. I have a grown son and a nephew, and now my nephew's sons are into it. My parents. My dad's on a golf trip. My mom can't wait for him to get back because she wants to watch the final 2 episodes. I'm like, just watch it and just don't tell him. She's like, I can't do that. They've been married for 53 years, so there's no lying there.
That's great.
So for me, like, we were all on our group text today, celebrating, memes and all kind of stuff. So that's fun. And then community for me too. I probably mentioned it before, but I don't have a lot of outside my family. I only have a couple of friends in real life that enjoy Star Wars as much as I do. So I've really embraced this community for what it is and what you guys made it and what the other ForceCenter peeps have made it, because it's really, I hung out on Discord today and it's fun. It's just a good time. And it's a feel good for me. It's my little antidepressant part of my world, and you need it, right? You need it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on Maul? Non-spoiler emotional reactions?
Just mind blown, and I'm still processing. So I didn't want to wait till I got off work today, so I watched the 2 episodes at work, and I think I freaked a couple coworkers out because I audibly was like, "What? Oh my God, no!" They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine, but really, I'm not fine, but I'm okay." It crept out, and I couldn't help it. So I'm gonna do a rewatch later on my TV and really soak it all in, and maybe. But all my predictions went out the door, which was fine, but just surprised in a lot of ways, I'm sure, as a lot of you were as well. So yeah, the series just blew me away altogether. It just was wonderful. So yeah, I'm going to do that rewatch later. And I also discovered this little book that was written in 2019 by a guy named Ken. It's called Why We Love Star Wars.
Hold on to it. It's out of print now.
The Great Moments That Built a Galaxy Far, Far Away. And I'm going to start it today in honor of May the 4th.
Enjoy.
I'm like, how did I not know Ken wrote a book? But I have it in my hot little hands, and I'm gonna read it and enjoy it.
I'm glad you do. No, I'm joking. I'm glad you found the book, but I'm not joking about it pretty much being out of print now because the publisher went out of business. So hey, we're gonna figure out what to do with that. So
well, I'm really gonna treasure it. It's going on my bookshelf.
There you go.
Wonderful. You should read it at work and see if it makes you go, "Oh my God!"
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you so much, Lex, and thank you for being such a passionate member of our community, and you're relatively new to calling in here and being around, and we appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a great rest of your day, and may the force be with you.
Thank you, Lex.
Always. Yeah, Discord is where the link is. We'll be here for a few more minutes, but I do like that Amaranth did mean link, but did say Discord for the kink. That ain't wrong either. Welcome to the
about
community. It's about community. We're going to take a call here from Detective McCarsell. Then Ihaja is here as well. Detective McCarsell. Michael, how are you?
I'm all right. Just it's going to be real hard to have this discussion without spoilers.
Yeah. Well, your emotions tell the tale. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I think this is the most happy I've been to be wrong about a single Star Wars thing in a long time.
Yeah.
I had some predictions last week that I thought certain things were beyond the scope of this season, and
I think they did a good job of zigging and zagging so that the obvious became doubtful, and then
I think I did a little too much of trying to check my expectations, and I could have just sometimes it bites you in the. But yeah, no, I woke up early to watch it, worked out, and that.
How did it affect your workout? Did you lift more weights, jump higher?
I certainly hit some PRs today. At least I would like to hope so.
Yeah, with the angst from the episode, with the fear that the episode created. Love that.
For those watching at home, I'm wearing the Star Wars Explained Fight the Empire shirt.
Oh, nice. Nice.
As you should. How do you celebrate May the 4th generally, Michael? What does it mean to you?
I mean, I always have to watch a Star Wars something, so it started off pretty checking that off, and now I get to spend it with you guys these days. Everybody in the Discord. It's been said, but the community of Star Wars fans is kind of what makes this holiday for me.
Love that. Are you surrounded by Star Wars fans in real life? Or is it harder to find for you, or where are you at?
Not real. Like, I've got friends that like Star Wars, and I've got friends that are going to go see Mando and Grogu with me, but nobody that is as hardcore as I am. Like, no one that listens to Star Wars podcasts or pretty much does something Star Wars related on a daily basis. So having this community is really nice.
I love that. We always appreciate having you around. Thanks for calling in, Michael, and sharing your thoughts.
Hell yeah. Hopefully I won't be bound by the McCarster rule on Friday, because I'm going to be driving, so I might have to pull over.
You could call. You just pull over.
I might have to. I have thoughts. I have notes.
Can you be in a race car going like really, really fast?
I drive a Subaru. I ain't going that
fast. Sensible. All right. Well, we'll talk to you Friday when we take more calls about Maul.
Hell yeah. Take care, guys.
Take it easy.
Hell yeah, indeed. That's the reaction for the show.
Oh,
hell
and Detective McCarsel had asked about my reaction to Attack on Titan. It's very intense. It's very, very intense. My niece had warned me. I watched the first season and I was getting into trouble because I was watching too many episodes over lunch. So I pushed pause on it. And when I get to sort of a next level of work done on the film, I'll have time to be naughty, and then I'll watch the rest of Attack on Titan because I'm really enjoying it. Really intense. Maul's got a little of the Attack on Titan intensity. Yeah.
We'll bring Ace Cabrera back on the show and do Attack on Titan Center with you too. Let's take our final call of the day from Ihanja, calling in from across the pond. How you doing, buddy?
Hello. May the 4th be with you all.
And also with you, yes.
Indeed. One moment, I just need to let, as you know, I live with Magnus, my Great Dane. He's the size of an AT-AT. I just need to let him in the house.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Sharon, come on, Magnus. There we go.
While the doggy's coming in, we got this nice comment from Oliver. We always make Star Wars themed snacks with cheeky titles. This year, I was thrilled to break out some delicious Maul's meatballs of malice, spicy, barbecued, flavored.
I want some. That's
Maul balls.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude. Awesome. What is your reaction, my friend, to the series? No spoilers, emotions only. Where are you going?
In 2 words, absolute cinnamol.
Wow. Love that.
Completely mind blown. I've watched it 3 times already. It's how I commenced my May the 4th celebrations at midnight with a nice glass of alcohol and some Maul time. Let's just say I was ridiculously excited going through it. Tenterhooks is undescribable.
Yeah.
He's an underestimation of how I felt. I made Magnus jump several times. There was one jump scene.
Yeah, and, probably the same one.
Oh my god, yes.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing. And I was just sitting there, just thinking to myself, wow, it's like 49 years, and this franchise is still giving it large and bringing it back to everything that has been and then some. And its ability, as comments said earlier, to a character that we've already known so much about, to give us even more, filling in even these jigsaw puzzles as they get filled in. It's just chef's kiss. Amazing. Loved it. And for those that haven't seen it, may the 4th be with you, because it's your can't wait to hear what you all think next time we all catch up.
Yeah. Spoiler call-in show on Friday, indeed.
Yes.
We'll appreciate you calling in there. You do anything anything special for May the 4th in the time you have left? Because you're a little bit ahead of us there.
Yeah. Well, it's evening time here, and to be honest with you, it's a bank holiday here, so there's no work today, which has been great. Okay. So I've just watched Star Wars stuff all day, chilled out, and I've got Star Wars t-shirt on. I recently acquired a Boba Fett helmet, so I've been having a play with that and swinging my lightsaber around. But yeah, Magnus runs away. He doesn't like helmets and he doesn't like lightsabers. And also, I've been waiting to look forward. I'm celebrating with you guys, and it's great, sort of like, it's been said already about the sense of community and the ability to drown out all the silly noise that's going on in the world. Excuse me. I became a Star Wars fan when it came out. I was a queer man growing up in the 70s and the 80s, and it was my escapism and, just getting away from life and all that shit. And it's still doing that for me now. And with the way the world's going, culture wars nonsense, to be able to get past all of that, find you guys and other creators too, like Alex and Molly and all these good people out there that just want to have fun. And so I've been really looking forward to today, and I'm getting quite emotional now. That's what Star Wars is about, and that's what we're all here for,
Yeah, absolutely. No, we appreciate not only the kind words, but the sharing your emotions on it. It's why we keep coming back. It's why, when we're out in the wild and I get so defensive about the franchise. It's not that everything's perfect and this and that and the box office numbers. It's just like we're connected to the people that love this series, love this saga, that are moved by it, or inspired by it, or sheltered by it sometimes in a way like you described. It's why we keep coming back.
Yeah, we all have our own plethora of reasons for for escapism and jumping into the galaxy, because we all want to get taken far, far away from it all, and just to meet fellow people that just get it on a level and can be constructive about it. You don't have to like everything, but there's so much now, and that's good. That's fine. There's not just 6 films anymore. It's just like
yeah.
I just fucking love you all. Sorry to swear, but I do.
Well, the feeling and the F-bombs are mutual.
Thank you, guys, and may the force be with everyone, and take care.
There you go.
Thank
Take
you so
care,
much.
Adja. Wonderful stuff. No, thank you all for making this community what it is. And that includes the wonderful Molly Damon, who just celebrated a birthday. Check it in, saying happy May 4th, friends. I always, every Star Wars Day, Alex and Molly released the updated and expanded Star Wars canon timeline video, and I always just make sure I put it on and watch it, but have it on just kind of rolling in the background while I'm getting ready for the day, so they can get the full runtime to be counted on YouTube. But it is amazing as Star Wars rolls on, and Alex has to add so many other parts of it in, whether it's the comics, the High Republic, additional shows, and he does it so wonderfully and weaves it all together just exceptionally well. But it is just I had that kind of thought today of, when I first saw Alex's videos, it was pretty all encompassing, but now it just continues to grow, and that means it's still a good time to be a Star Wars fan to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I really love what everybody's been saying about Community Day, Ken. I really felt that last night, again, with no spoilers. Like, we'd had a lot of discussion about what would happen and what wouldn't happen. I think the show did a really good job of toying with us in a good way that a narrative should. And I felt like I was alone on my couch trying to react quietly, so I didn't wake my wife, but not at all alone.
Yeah.
Thinking about how everybody else was going to react, how everybody else was going to feel in a really good way. And I think for me, that's always been one of the powerful parts of Star Wars is, for me, growing up the original trilogy, Luke staring off into the twin suns, and that, melancholy but hopeful music to me was about like, do you feel this way? Mm-hmm. You are not alone. And sometimes Star Wars is explicit about its message of you are not alone. Sometimes Yoda just directly says it. Alone, never have you been. But I think there's so much in the storytelling that is about family and a desire for connection and being connected by this larger, deeper truth of the Force, whatever that means to you. I think there's so much baked into it that when you let it in, when you watch it with an open heart, like Gwen said, that it is a reminder in this big way that we are not alone. And I think that is one of the most powerful things to me that will always keep me coming back to Star Wars is a recentering that I am not alone.
I love it. Big ForceCenter, well said. And again, we always say it, but we truly mean it. We are nothing without you all in the audience. It was fun to celebrate Star Wars Day with all of you live on May 4th. Again, something we haven't had a big chance to do. Molly Damon does say, she asked nicely, if everyone could just play the canon video muted in the background on a tab and just on repeat, just all day, keep it going. That stuff works. When my band released our first songs in 2023, our bass player, Sean Arnold, and producer, he fell asleep while listening to one of the songs on repeat, and he took a nap accidentally for 4 hours. That song charted really well that weekend. So that stuff does work. Help Alex and Molly out. And while you're there, we would love a like and a comment if you're watching later or you're watching now. Like it and hype the video. It is what it is for the world we're in, but we do want to continue to get the word out about what we do here, not just for us and our benefit. This is a career, but also to add more people to the community. When folks like Lex Tano jumps in now, just discovers what we're doing now, even though she might have listened for a while, but hey, I'm in the Patreon, I'm in the Discord, I'm in the community. It means a lot that we're still adding folks.
A ton. So yeah, thank you all for joining us and for being the community.
The community indeed. Also, we do want to say Jennifer Landis sends her regards. I know that always sounds ominous like a Lannister, but she does. She emailed us this morning. She was trying really hard to get here today. We were going to surprise you all with a Jen Landa appearance, but it just couldn't work out because of life. So she is hoping to at least pop by for a little bit soon. So she did want to say happy May 4th, and may the force be with you all out there. All right. Is she said, is she all right? Yes, indeed. All right, that's it. Any final words from you, sir, as we go celebrate Star Wars in our own way today?
No, if you haven't watched Maul yet, enjoy. If you're watching it for the second, third, fourth time, enjoy again. And thank you all for being on this journey with us for Star Wars and with Maul. I'll put my little hat on for the end. There we go.
There you go. If you're watching on YouTube, links to all our stuff down below. Go to my website, Napzok.com, to get more information on the comedy show that Joseph and I will be anchoring on May 24th, 5 p.m. here in Burbank, a night of Star Wars comedy. We hope to see some of you locals out there. Don't forget to visit Joseph's YouTube channel, where short films are currently going on. You releasing one soon next? Where are you at with
I'm making another one this month, so probably release that one sometime in June. But the most recent one, Victim 7, I'm really proud of. It's been doing some really great numbers, so please go check that out.
Check that out. All right, that's it. Happy May 4th day. Happy Star Wars Day. And as always, remember, the Force will be with you always. See you next time here on ForceCenter.